when we see, this be propagated as reverse aging, that is incorrect. What is up, everyone? It's Russo. I hope everyone is doing well. Today's ASMR sip is sponsored by 1907 Water. Check out 1907.com in the description and pick up some gym water and support my show. Best water ever, guys. Let's not forget about the ASMR Spritz, Intelligent Elephant Carbon, intelligentelephant.com. Leave you with these spritz noises. Coupon code Russo. Today I'm going to be reacting to Larry Wheels' latest Instagram post. He captioned this post, "Swipe to see how peak steroid abuse damaged my face. Luckily, the effects were reversed. First swipe is current condition." So when I swipe back and forth, you can definitely see, if you zoom in on his before pic, definitely looks way older in the face, and you can see his lines in the face, etc., etc. I wanted to go into what this is. This is not steroids aging your face. This is water retention. And I get this a lot in my comments, like, depending on what cycle I document. And if you're new here, I video documented all my cycles, and especially with something like LGD 4033, Dianabol, other bulking compounds, DECA, MPP, we run into water retention, mineral retention, electrolyte imbalance, which causes excess water around the body. Edema. This water is not selective on where it sits. And in fact, it will sit and put more pressure on your heart. And that's why, people are like, oh, I don't want to do the powerlifting wet cycle because, my blood pressure goes through the roof. That is extra tension. That being said, it does impact your face because water sits on your face, which makes you look older during the peak cycle blast, especially when you don't take into consideration that when you're natural, you don't hold minerals, electrolytes, sodium, potassium, and you don't go through these minerals like you do when you're enhanced, right? When you're enhanced, that's why, people are like, I like to eat super clean when I'm enhanced, so they don't hold excess water, right? When you're natty, when you're a noble natty, you can pound salt, whatever. Honestly, with noble natty, I'll have Andrew throw up Austin, my short editor's Himalayan salt, Himalayan sea salt. Consume a lot of it. A tablespoon. I know that's a lot, but I would do maybe half a tablespoon to start. I would not fluctuate it. If you fluctuate it, it's going to ruin your look. It's going to cause weird water retention issues. Powerlifters do this behind the scenes. I personally do this when I'm training for strength. Anyone in the gym who's completely natural should be doing at least half a tablespoon before each workout. Check out this channel for more videos. So yeah, with noble natties, I'm like telling them to pound salt, but with enhanced individuals, right, you're going to hold a ton of minerals. You need to eat clean. And with Larry, right, he's showing ginormous weight difference in these pics, and he's obviously holding tons of mineral, water retention, electrolytes, and nitrogen for all that power. Did he really reverse age his face? No, it's just water retention. And I get so annoyed when I read my comments of like, oh, Russo's face looks like trash. Like, yes, I'm going to be the Pillsbury Doughboy on certain compounds. There's nothing I can do because, number one, I have a naturally more chubby face and the girls love to squeeze my cheeks, but when I amplify that on enhanced bodybuilding cycles, it's gonna make me look older, and the minute I go off, everyone's like, oh, you look healthy again. You can get that water retention under control on cycle if you eat clean. I do not eat clean enough, but when we see this be propagated as reverse aging, that is incorrect. I can definitely see, Larry's not like out here promoting misinformation about it. Larry's definitely like, look, I look so much better off steroids. I look so much healthier. And I'll throw up Andrew's previous edit. I did reacting of Larry going down to said TRT level and his physique and what I think is going to happen to his physique if you want to watch that. So he's propagating that, right? And I'm all for that. Like, hey, drop the dose. Hey, drop weight. It's way healthier. I feel way better. And when I look in the mirror, my face doesn't look terrible from blasting all these drugs, eating all these food, and holding all this water, which is impacting my heart, etc., etc. But at the end of the day, he didn't reverse age aging. He could have pulled that water off on cycle, in my opinion. If he did sauna, watched what he ate, had a constant sodium intake, constant potassium intake, constant micronutrient intake, and took in a lot of water, I'm sure he could have mitigated that side effect when he's the greatest powerlifter to ever exist in history. Obviously, he's caring about strength, not really visually how his face looks. But at the end of the day, he didn't reverse aging. This will happen with anyone who goes on enhancement. So just know you might lose aesthetic gains every time you do a wet cycle. I will see you guys in my next video.